Ladies and gentlemen, this is Casey Cox, partners with Mr. Albert Preciado, and today we're going to be talking about what is high-ticket closing and the knowledge brokering industry. How are these kids, literally kids, making tens of thousands of dollars closing deals, and how potentially you could do the same. Okay, so first and foremost, the knowledge brokering industry is a $129 billion industry. If you hear a gong in the background, we just closed a deal as we speak. Okay, it's $129 billion with a B dollar industry, projected to be a $1 trillion industry, and it's right in front of everyone's face, and 99% of people don't even know it's there. Chances are you've actually seen it 2 to 3 times today. Okay, so what am I talking about? There are these experts in some sort of field. This could be real estate. This could be Airbnb. This could be Amazon FBA. This could be drop shipping, e-commerce. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. He pops up on your screen. He says, "Hey, I'm Bobby. Click the link. I'll teach you how to do so-and-so." You guys see that all the time, right? Now, here's the truth. Here's the bottom line. There is a lot of, excuse my language, bullshit, okay, on the internet, and there's also the real deal, and there's everything in between. Okay, now what they do is, let's say I have 1,000 Airbnb properties, okay, and I'm doing Airbnb arbitrage where I don't even own the property or whatever the hell. I'm no Airbnb expert, but let's say I was, and I've been doing it for 10 plus years. I monetize all my information, the trials, the tribulations, the errors, all my mistakes, and I package it and I monetize it into some sort of course or program, or maybe it's a one-on-one mentorship. Now, before somebody purchases a $5,000, $2,000, $10,000, sometimes $25,000 to $50,000 product, they probably want to talk to a real human first. Okay, most people don't just spend $5,000 by clicking some links on the internet. They need to talk to an actual human being. And that is where the high ticket closers come in. Now, this could be for any niche. There's exotic car rental agencies, drive your dream car for free. There's one of our partners, actually, they have a drive your dream car for free academy where they teach people for $7,500 how to leverage your credit and get a supercar and then rent that supercar on platforms like Turo or maybe a private rental agency. Now, a Lamborghini will rent for $1,000 to $1,500 per day. Let's say your payment's $5,000 a month. You only need to rent it 4 or 5 times, and now the Lamborghini pays for itself. Or you could rent it the whole month and actually make a business out of it. This is an example. To learn how to do that, it's $7,500. But that guy who actually owns the business doesn't have time to get on sales calls. He doesn't have time to close these deals. So that's where we come in as high ticket closers. We see if it's a good fit, make sure they know we're the real deal, right? Then we close the deal and earn up to 20%, sometimes 25% commission. What's 20% of $7,500? Well, 10%, 750 times 2, it's $1,500 from one deal that you close, paid to you direct deposit every 2 weeks. Now, you are a 1099 independent contractor, so you have to pay taxes. Nobody told me this my first year, right? But the sky is the limit. Now, here is a distinction I want to make. This is not cold calling. This is not door knocking. This is people who are opting in, booking a call with you, called a warm lead, to see if it's a good fit. You don't walk into McDonald's and try and sell somebody a Big Mac. They are already in the store. They're already hungry. They're going to buy. So this is the industry. Could be for Airbnb, Amazon. It could be for anything. You name it. You see it every day. We're the guys that you don't see. We're the middleman between the prospects, the public who's clicking links, right? But who are looking to learn more about whatever it is, and the actual business owner who has the expensive product, who has better things to do than to get on calls and close a deal. Okay. We have kids, literally kids, and in the other room right here, right now, who, Evan, okay? Evan dropped out of school, and in his first month, now I don't want you to think everybody's like Evan. They're not. Evan's an anomaly. right? He made about $17,000 in take-home earnings his first month in the game. Now, it took me about 6 months to get there, but it can happen fast. 17 grand is life-changing to a lot of people. This kid was 18 when he started. Okay. I've seen a 69-year-old woman do it, and everything in between. Anybody can do this. It's a skill that you learn. It's not an ability. There's a difference between ability, like LeBron James was born with abilities I don't have, right? A skill is something you can get better at and better at and better at with practice, right? So what we do, okay, we are essentially a staffing agency disguised as a mentorship, okay, where we charge set amount of money. It's expensive, okay, to teach people the skill, help them improve the skill, sharpen the axe, sharpen their sword, right? And then as soon as they can prove they know how to close a deal at this world-class standard we have, we line people up with interviews with different gurus, because we have north of 100 partners, people who have a high ticket offer, who need closers. The demand for somebody who can convert traffic will never go away. Okay. And so once they're at this standard, we line them up with interviews. When I say interview, I mean you're interviewing them to see if it's somebody, like a product you could stand behind, believe in, actually be passionate about, so forth and so forth. Now, here's the deal. We charge a lot of money. Why? A couple of reasons. First reason is people who pay attention. This is not an overnight thing. It's not easy, and it's not rainbows and unicorns. It's tough. This is 1% income we're talking about. Okay, so people need to take it seriously. Number two, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people paid salary to make this possible, right? Like drill rooms, supervisors, coaches, onboarding directors, right? People that actually, because you can't learn football in a classroom, right? You have to actually be with humans and practice it out, role play it, and make sure that they are up to par. Okay. Now here's the deal. The last thing we care about is the money. Why? Because we know it works, ladies and gentlemen. We know it works. So if there's a way to get you in here with nothing down, or maybe just something that's affordable, we get you earning commissions, you can actually use what you make in here, the results we get you, to pay later down the line for the academy. Okay. When I started, personally, I'm 24 years old. I started when I was 19. I clicked everything. I did dropshipping. I did Amazon. I did all this stuff. Okay. They were charging about $5,000 back in 2020. Okay. I did not have $5,000. All right. I didn't even have 10%. Well, I put down $500 as a deposit. This was, like I said, about four something years ago. Okay. And I started earning commissions, and I worked off my balance. Why? Because I was serious and not curious. And I didn't want to work at the grocery store forever. And I knew I didn't want to go back to school. So I found mentors, people who already went through the process, taught me about the industry, and they helped me learn the skill. Not just learn the skill, but get really good. Okay. And once you're good, a skill is something nobody can ever take away from you. People use this skill and go work at AT&T and make $20,000 a month. I know people doing that. Okay, so the art of sales is the most valuable skill you could ever learn. Every single business on this planet lives or dies off of its sales. Okay, so Driven Academy, we teach people how to close deals. And then once they know how to close a deal at this standard, once you can prove you know how to swim, we throw you in the water. If that makes sense, right? I know it does, because I did it. And we have hundreds of students actively going through it and getting the results and making their first 6 figures, 200K, 300K a year, with no tie to a location, no boss, because you're an independent contractor, right? And the ability to make as much money as possible, because the sky is the limit. Okay. The sky is the limit. But nothing changes until you do, and information is useless unless it's used. All right. So, I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity as to what we do, how it could potentially be for you. Here's the deal. It's not for everybody. Like I said a second ago. And I don't want anybody to paint a picture based on this video right here. I want you to see what the next couple of weeks would look like. Make sure it's something you could actually see yourself committing to, because like I said, it's a long-term play, and you have to be willing to commit, not to us, but to yourself and becoming the best version of you. Okay. If that's you, okay, we look forward to meeting up. If you're not already in contact with somebody from our team, we are not hard to find. Okay. But like I said, it's not for everybody. However, if you're coachable, you got a work ethic, and you know you're built for more, this could be an absolute game changer here at Driven Academy. All right. I hope to see you guys on the inside. Let's go. Peace.